Good morning, Liberty County and surrounding areas. We're here again to bring to you our weekly COVID update. The news that we have today is really more of the same. Our numbers are increasing, and our message is going to be more of the same, that we need you to help us to combat this enemy that we have in this war that we have against the COVID virus. It's not going away tomorrow. We know that, and it's going to take us digging in to make a difference. So when we hear the updates from the Coastal Health District, the woman that we heard this morning, we have need to be more and more careful. In fact, I want to applaud once again, the municipalities that saw fit to put forth the masking mandate. So whether it's mandated or whether it's just spoken, we need you to mask. All the instructions that were given to you early on in this whole epidemic are now just as important now as they were then. So the W's, washing your hands and wearing the face covering and watching your distance are very, very important if we're going to help to contain this thing. Especially, I'm concerned too that it's nearing the school season. I know Liberty County is going to do virtual, but we're finding more and more cases where younger people are being involved. So we just need everybody to be cognizant, everybody to be hands-on, everybody to be diligent, everybody to be compliant as much as we can so that we can get a handle on this as best we can. So we just ask you to do that Liberty Countywide. And let's follow the science and not the politics. Once again, let's follow the science and not the politics. Others are going to come now to follow me with their remarks. I think we will first hear from the mayor of the city of Walthamville, the Honorable Larry Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to everyone. Ditto what the chairman just said, that we need to follow the science and not the politics, and we continue on to the 3 W's, I believe it was. Wash your hands, your safety, your distances, and let's be careful, because this virus is not going away tomorrow. It's looking like it's getting even tougher at this time, but we come this far, and I think that everything will be all right. So at this time, I yield to the city of Hinesville, Mayor Allen Brown.
Thank you, Mayor and County Commission Chairman. Team Liberty. I like it. Good morning to Hinesville and Liberty County. They haven't said it yet in this report, but as of this morning, Liberty County had 548 confirmed cases, with 24 of those confirmed overnight. And since this time last week, we've had 111 new cases reported. These numbers have crept up in recent days, not really crept up, have moved up pretty well in recent days here in Liberty County. And we come to expect that with increased testing and loosening of restrictions. But I did want to take a second. I didn't check with the mechanical guy here, but I wanted to see if I could just hold this up and show you how I follow this thing, and why I'm concerned is, if you can see that on the screen where my right hand is. I don't know what it looks like to you, maybe the left, but anyway, this side, you can see where it was a month ago. New cases, way down low, like a molehill. Over on the other side, that's the mountain. That's where we are. So you can see the dramatic increase over the last 30 days is kind of interesting. So thankfully, our hospital admittance numbers have stayed fairly low up to this point, and we want to keep it that way. However, if you begin to feel ill, please contact your health care provider or visit the hospital. The Department of Public Health and Diversity Health Center are conducting COVID-19 testing in Liberty County on a regular basis. To learn more about it, on how you can be tested, you can visit their websites, and I'll try to read them. www.covid19gachd.org for the Department of Public Health, www.diversityhc.org for Diversity Health Center. I want to remind everyone that just because some of the measures that were implemented 2 months ago are not still in effect, that does not mean that we shouldn't still be practicing them. It may sound like a broken record from Team Liberty, but we'll keep repeating it, and I think this will be the 3rd time you've heard it since we started this program. We'll keep reminding the public, wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Thank you, and stay safe, Hinesville and Liberty County.
Hey, good morning. Again, it's an honor to come to you this morning and give you a little update on some numbers. And the mayor has mentioned some numbers in the case count. We can pop that up. You kind of see that on a chart here, and it's very similar to his molehill to a mountain chart that he showed a second ago. The second chart I want to show this morning are the number of hospitalizations in Liberty County. This is something that is tracked on that DPH website that's available. You noticed yesterday it was 7, and it's down as of today to about 5. Would tell you that is about where it was last week on 5. I think the reason I like to look at this is because in the coastal area we have limited amount of bed space in these hospitals. This does not count Wynn Army Medical Center at Fort Stewart, which I think is important to note. It does take, as you're aware, specialized beds and specialized treatment for COVID patients because of isolations. And if our spaces become full here, naturally we start looking to other coastal hospitals for help. Right now, currently, the 3 Savannah hospitals are treating a total of 157 COVID-19 patients, which is up by 10 from last week. Again, you may say, well, 10 out of 100,000 people or whatever doesn't sound like a lot. Keep in mind, it is specialized bed space. This data is available on Coastal Health District website that the mayor did mention. I won't give you that link again. Diversity Health Center does continue to offer tests. We did get a note from them yesterday, however, that they are going to go to a scheduled test format due to limited resources and other links there. So I would invite you to go to their diversityhc.org site or call them at 877-2227 to discuss the specifics of that. A lot of those relate to whether you have insurance or not and whether you are already signed up on their portal as a previous patient. But that is a big change. It is not just a open free service anymore. You need to contact them. As far as our general offices go, our mandatory masking policy for county critical facilities is still in place, so anyone entering a building, again, will be asked to mask. We do have masks that are provided, and they will have a temperature check done. The commission asked during their meeting last week, and we mentioned this, about a public education campaign to be developed. That has been put in a draft form now and will be presented to them next week at their meeting for their blessings and input prior to implementation. It would also probably include some mask availability that we've been able to get from on a limited basis for those disadvantaged or other folks who may for some reason not have access to a mask in order to be able to achieve success in getting one. I did mention last week also that we had continued to experience some positive COVID-19 tests among some of our employees. It's not widespread, but in this case, unfortunately, over the past week, it was within one confined area more than others, and that was the Office of the Tax Commissioner. As you probably know by now or have seen on the website, that office did close down effective last Friday. It underwent a deep cleaning, as did the rest of the building over the weekend. And the tax commissioner is awaiting some test results for some employees in that office before trying to open back up or put them back to work. And of course, paramount in all this is the public safety and the safety of the employees. So just know that the tax commissioner is very anxious to get that office back open and fully functioning. If you have any questions, there are a limited number of staff that are available right now to be able to answer the telephone there. That number is 912-876-3389, 876-3389, or you can visit www.libertygatax.com. On that site, you can get more information, and in fact, a lot of the services are available online, so please don't hesitate to do that. No change in the court functions. Again, that new judicial order basically expires August 11th at 11:59 p.m. Again, there are no jury trials, but there are some court functions that are mandated to occur. We discussed last week that fall sports programming had been postponed by the commission. There is no change in any other recreation type activities at this time. I will mention that because of the delay in school opening, the board and the rec board did work together and establish a plan to continue pool operations for a little longer than normal since families and kids will be out of school. So we're going to continue those as long as we can up until the starting date of the virtual school here in Liberty County. The Board of Commissioners still practicing social distancing guidelines. They are on Facebook Live, and they do appreciate your diligence during this time in dealing with that. They also look forward to getting back to a normal operation where the public can actually come into the building and view their meetings in person if they so desire. The last thing I want to touch on is EMA. We are in the hurricane season. We are continuing to monitor right now PTC 9 for possible development. The system has a 90% chance at this point of becoming a tropical cyclone within the next 48 hours as of this morning. The track is still very uncertain because it's going to go through a little breakup when it crosses some island chains, and it'll be interesting to see whether it moves more south or more north. Please watch that system as you do with all activities during the hurricane season. We should, if it continues to move on the track that it's in, may feel some impacts in here late Saturday into Sunday. Hopefully just a rainfall event for us, but please keep an eye on that. You can visit the Liberty County Emergency Management Agency website where all these posts are updated and information's put out at libertycountyga.com. to get more information there. I do want to say before I leave, thank you to those businesses who are requiring masks in those businesses, and for persons who choose to mask at this time. You are helping to protect others by doing so. So thank you for that. And I'll close by just saying, please be safe and God bless.
Thank you, Mayor Baker, Mayor Brown, and Mr. Brown. I want to piggyback on what Mr. Brown was saying. This is hurricane season, so let's go ahead and get our hurricane supplies that we are trained to do every year. Let's check those and make sure we have those handy. So in case we do need them, whether it be this storm or another storm, we're ready for that. So let's not forget that in the midst of the COVID epidemic. As a healthcare worker, let me speak to you on behalf of the healthcare providers of COVID testing in Liberty County, that being Diversity and the Coastal Health Department. You heard those before me say that Diversity has changed its mode of operation for collecting the tests, and part of that is because of the volume, the sheer volume. But another part of it is because of the wear and tear on the staff. You need to know that as they're first responders of sorts, so every day, they're out there on, putting their health on the line for you too. And also they have families they want to go home to. So what I'm being told is that sometimes our customer service is not the best. So I ask you to please, ma'am, please, sir, help us to support those who are helping us. Also, I'm told that we have some hospital, we call them frequent flyers, i.e. you don't need to be tested every week. You don't need to be tested every week, especially if you're asymptomatic. You don't need to be tested every week. You're using up valuable time and space for other people who do need to be tested. And do know that they do have there are certain hours they operate within. So I'm told that sometimes if you're at the break point, you're at you're number 151 or 150 that they have that had not been received very well. Just scheduled to come back tomorrow or the next day. We don't need to badge our healthcare professionals that they're trying to help to take care of us. So I just want to share that with you, because those are things that are going on behind the scenes from the health department as well as from Diversity when they're trying to help us to stay well. So if I can just appeal to you and appeal to those that that we would appreciate them. In fact, let's say that when we go through the lines. Thank you so much for your service, because they are putting themselves on the line every day. We will get through this, and we've been saying we get through it together. So keep working. Let's remain compliant. Just know that Team Liberty here has your care and concern in mind. And with that, we'll close out, and we'll say we'll see you again next Wednesday, same time, same place. Thank you. Have a great day.